Okay, so why is 3 million the new glass ceiling in superannuation? It's because of the Division 296 bill that was introduced into Parliament in March. This headline says it's for the rich, but the reality is it's a structural shift for up to 90,000 plus Australians and their superannuation. So let's talk about the maths. Maths is actually quite simple. Earnings above 3 million threshold will soon face a 30% tax instead of the 15% tax. Earnings above 10 million are scheduled to go to 40% instead of the 15% current tax. So in our latest WealthCraft guide, we explore the investment bond pivot. So what does this mean? It means that all those funds that are taxed internally at 30% may be the 47% top marginal tax rate that you're on depending on your individual circumstances. So 47% versus 30%. There is zero personal tax reporting because the fund actually pays the taxation. It's entirely tax-free after 10 years. And there is no $3 million balance cap by going to an investment fund. So well, in 2026 isn't about the biggest balance, it's about the smarter structure and using those structures to help you get the best out of your superannuation spillover with the Division 296. With the current cash rate at 4.1% and the RBA hinting at interest rate rises in May, possibly in July, and even further hikes in the future, the cost of debt is now the number one silent killer of portfolio returns. So check out our guide number 11 on investment bonds in our new WealthCraft technical guide library. And for the full summary, look at www.wealthcraftfinancialcoaching.com. Okay, 4 strategies around the Division 296. All right, the rules have slightly changed where it's now out to 2027 instead of coming in 1 July 2026. So what this means is for the first year of the new rules, there is a special transition rule. So the tax only applies to your balance over the 3 million as at 30 June 2027. This gives clients a bit of a grace period to draw out, draw down, or restructure their wealth before that first assessment occurs. Let's look at some alternate investing strategies. Once the funds are withdrawn, those funds are then into other structures like family trusts, companies, or indeed into personal names. One strategy being widely discussed is the high balance members is the spillover approach, where any excess above the 3 million or indeed above the 10 million are placed into investment bonds to keep their superannuation balances below that 3 million. And as I said before, this is very good because of the fact that it doesn't charge you any tax as you're going through. You don't have to put it into your tax returns, and it's totally tax-free after 10 years. As a priority, I'm going to give you a checklist in how not to avoid tax at all costs, but to ensure that every dollar, and we talked before about giving every dollar a job, that you invest is more efficient in this environment. So under 3 million, the super remains the same in that tax-effective environment of 15% or indeed 0% when you switch your superannuation to the pension mode. Over 3 million, that combined 30% tax means we must compare super against investment bonds and other strategies like family trusts to find your best fit. If you are somebody that's affected by the change in the Division 296 or somebody that is affected by this, let's book in a call and let's make your super the most tax effective in the current environment.